Hello, Guardians. It is Ebontis here, and this is a quick public service announcement for those of you looking to Festival of the Lost that is going to be launching tomorrow. It's going to be October 6th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Now, if you haven't been playing the game for at least another Festival of the Lost, if this is the first Festival of the Lost that you are going to see, this video probably doesn't apply to you because it's for people who've been playing the game for a little longer and they have more weapons in their collections. If you have been playing the game for a while, this does apply to you very specifically. What I'm talking about is the Braytech Werewolf and the Horror Story. Now, what's going to happen tomorrow, potentially, is that these two weapons are going to turn into random rolls, and they're going to look like any of the other weapons in your collections that look like this. It says, cannot reacquire randomized gear. Now, they've said there are going to be random rolls that you're going to be able to earn come Festival of Lost, and that event's going to be going on for a month. Now, in previous festivals, we did not have random rolls on specific event weapons, so this is kind of a new thing because they're giving, random rolls, and you get a chance maybe to get something a little better too, but there's also a lot of crappy rolls too, so that's kind of the thing about random rolls. Right now, as of this morning, which I'm recording this at like 4:30 in the morning because I'm going to be gone for work most of the day, Braytech Werewolf and Horror Story are a static roll. And they're actually both pretty good. I think I would probably say the Braytech's a little better, but they're both pretty solid. So if you have either of these weapons in your collection, my advice is to pull a copy of them out and put them on your character. When the weapon turns into a random roll, if you have a roll pulled already, like you have this weapon, this isn't going to change. So the weapon that you've already got is not going to change. Now you may be able to earn different copies, and there may be a better epic god roll that comes from Festival of the Lost, which that may be something to grind for. But we don't know how hard it's going to be grind for them. Like, we don't know the drop rate because they said it's going to be gear, weapons, shaders. There's going to be a lot of things that come from the caches in Festival, so you're only going to have a somewhat lower chance to get these weapons from the caches that we're going for. So they may be hard to get a god roll depending on how frequently you get to see these things drop. Now, as I said, if you don't have these weapons previously, there's only so much you can do, and hopefully the stats or the perk options that we get to toy with for the randomization, they're decent, but we honestly don't know. So what I did is pull a copy of each, put them on my character, I'm going to throw them in my vault, and they're at least going to be a good roll that I know I have. And the nice thing is right now, since they were event weapons previously, they're both masterworked. So if I come up here to Braytech Werewolf, I've already got a level 10 masterwork, so I'm going to be making orbs on multi-kills, which is very beneficial. The nice thing is they are updating these, so the infusion is up to 1360. By general assumption, it's that Beyond Light is going to be 1260 power level, which is Season 12. Season 13, which we have no idea what it's going to be, is going to be probably 1310. And then we've got Season 14 is going to be 1360. We're assuming if there's a fourth season during year 4, it's going to be 1410. That's when this thing finally would not be viable when it comes to endgame. You've also got some pretty good perks. Increase range, armor piercing rounds, Zen Moment, which is good for stability, especially those on controller. Stability is very beneficial. And multi-kill clip. Still seems to be reigning fairly supreme. Anything that gets you bonus damage, good overall. For those of you on mouse and keyboard, stability is not as important, so this one's sitting somewhere in around 50, it looks like, on the bar. But your range on this thing is nearly maxed out. And it honestly is a pretty decent weapon. Am I going to say you're going to be top in the meta? Probably not. But we also know 600 auto rifles right now are doing fairly amazingly. So the fact that you've got a chance to pull a weapon that when the sandbox changes over could be even better than it already is now. That's why you've got a almost nearly maxed out range, multi-kill clip, little extra stability auto rifle in this Braytech Werewolf that is good. So that's why I was like, if you played last year and you earned the Braytech, but you've deleted it because collections are there, the collections may change. So pull a copy out. Same thing applies to Horror Story. This one's got Rampage, Zen Moment, Flared Magwell. You got 2 different scope options here. And then you've also got reload speed for your masterwork. So range is still pretty decent. Stability is probably a smidge higher. Handling's a bit lower, but you got decent fast reload speed. And if you want to keep Rampage going, maybe that'll help you do that. Again, it's another 450. We don't know where these are going to fall when it comes to like how 450s are going to be in the sandbox in Beyond Light, but at least you know you've got 2 masterworked weapons right now that are decent rolls, and they're not going to change because potentially when Festival of the Lost starts, these 2 weapons, Horror Story and Braytech, they may turn into a Pluperfect. Now, this may not matter. They may put 2 new versions of the weapon in the game, but maybe they won't. So there's no way to know, but you do know you have a good copy right now if you played previously in previous years. So pull a copy from collections, stick it in your vault, and hold on to it just for safekeeping. So that is my advice to everybody on these. If you've got these 2 weapons from previous years, pull a copy from collections and save them. That's it. Because as of the start of Festival of the Lost on Tuesday, when servers reset, we may not be able to do that anymore. So I am uploading this video very early, mostly because I work for most of today. So hopefully you guys get to see this one. If you are new to the channel, hit that sub button and that alert bell. I always do cover a lot of Destiny, whether it be guides, tips, news, vendors, whatever's going on. And Beyond Light, there's going to be tons of stuff to cover. So if you're new, hit that sub button and the alert bell. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave a comment, even if it is just to say hello. Love saying hello back. You guys can also find me on Twitch and Twitter. It's Ebontis on both of those. On Twitch, I could be streaming this, or I could be working on one other game in my backlog for this final month before all the craziness happens in October. And then finally, if you guys do want to support me directly, I've also got my Patreon link down below as well. Any support would always be appreciated, but that one's usually the most direct support, or I actually get to see the most of your support directly to me without, you know, whatever platform is actually taking their cut. So thank you very much. Have a good one. I will see you guys soon. You can probably find me streaming tomorrow on a Wednesday at some point. Looking forward to it. And festival starts tomorrow. I'll see you soon. Just do this beforehand.